Well, hey guys, happy Sunday. It is November 30th, and I just thought that I would give you a little update, tell you where I've been, what I've been doing, what really happened at Ironman North Carolina, where I'm going next, what I'm doing. And yeah, it's been a while since I filmed anything. I've been a little MIA, and I just wanted to sit down and give you an update. So let's start with Ironman Wilmington and what really happened. I'm going to insert just a couple of videos before this just to bring you along for the journey, the weekend. I checked in with my mom and my stepsister. They flew from Texas to come in, and then my stepfather came for race day. He had to work the rest of the weekend, so it was just beautiful to have their support there. And yeah, I'm going to insert some clips right now so you can see just a little bit of the weekend leading up to the race. Hello and happy Thursday. It is race week. I'm so excited. I just got in the car. You can see it's all packed, ready to go. We are heading to pick up Mom and Kaya from the airport, and then we're gonna drive to Wilmington. As you can see, got my hair braided yesterday, got some race nails on, and I am just so excited that the day is finally here. So I'll take you along for the weekend. It'll be fun. We're going to check in for the race tonight, check into our Airbnb, get some dinner, carb load, go to the beach, maybe even see some The Summer I Turned Pretty and One Tree Hill spots. We're just going to play tourist, and then this vlog will also cover through the Ironman. So let's go.
Exactly. This is like Outer Banks.
All right, so as you can see, we had an incredible time, but my video got cut short, and that is because I ended up getting injured in the swim. Now, let's rewind a little bit. So for race day, the race weekend, it was beautiful. When I tell you that Wilmington is an incredible course, it is an incredible course. They have you check in downtown Wilmington, which is just a fun experience overall. The downtown area is really cute, and it really is a beach town. So it's so beautiful everywhere you look. And like I said, the weather was beautiful. I highly recommend doing this specific course if you're ever considering doing an Ironman 70.3. And yeah, it was just a fun weekend overall. It was heading into fall. It was October 25th was the day of the race. So we were able to just explore everything that Wilmington had to offer. We went to a farmer's market. We went to the beach. We had an incredible experience picking out pumpkins on the beach, which I never thought I would do. It was so fun. And we had a really cute Airbnb, went to some cute coffee shops. We just really explored the area on Thursday. And then Friday, I packed everything up. I set out all of my race gear. We went to the race expo, got some t-shirts, and really soaked in that experience. Went to all of the tents, got all of the free things that they give out, talked to all the people, met so many incredible people along the way. And then I really spent the day carb loading, resting, and laying out all of my race gear. And then it was Saturday before I knew it. So those 2 days flew by, and they were just so fun, like I said, to spend time with my mom and stepsister. And Saturday came, and it was such a beautiful morning. I cannot stress that enough. I know I keep saying the word beautiful, but it truly was. We woke up at, I think, 4, if not 4:30, and drove to downtown Wilmington, just a couple minutes away from our Airbnb, and checked in for the swim. I checked in for the 35 swim time category, so that was my goal time, was 35 minutes or less, and unfortunately things did not go in my favor. So I got into the water and I was like, okay, we're doing it, we're here, we're ready to go. I had already just been up and prayed that morning. I was ready to go. I had a couple of caffeinated go gels and had a really good breakfast, and so I was feeling good. Got in the water, everything was going well until it wasn't. So I got kicked in the leg, and I'll insert some pictures here. Pretty much like 5 minutes after getting into the water. So got either kicked or punched. I think maybe punched right on where like your knee is. Honestly, it was the side of my leg, upper calf, lower knee area, and come to find out, that's where all of your ligaments and tendons connect for your leg. And so I got hit and immediately sucked in water, so I went and that was not fun. My entire esophagus was burning immediately. And so, of course, I started to panic a little bit. And I just kept telling myself, I was like, keep swimming, because if they see you struggling, they will pull you out of the water. The Coast Guard is there alongside the water. And so, yeah, I turned over and I was like, okay, Christiana, you've got it. So I turned over and floated on my back, and I was like, I just kept saying to myself, it was so silly, but I was like, law of inertia, objects in motion stay in motion. And so I just kept floating on my back and until my legs stopped cramping. And so I turned over and I was like, okay, you got it, you're good, and started swimming. And unfortunately, every like 2 minutes or so, my calf started rippling. I don't know if you've ever had a Charlie horse, but it was some of the most intense pain I've ever felt. And so I was like, okay, it's okay. You're really good at biking. And so what we're going to do, new game plan, scrap the swim time, just finish the swim. And so that was my new goal, was just to finish. And so I kept having to turn over on my back, take a couple breaths while my leg would gripple, and then turn back over and swim, pedal to the metal. And so that cycle definitely kept going. And I ended up swimming this swim in 50 minutes. And so I got out. I was like, okay, it's a new race. You love biking, so let's just do it. Let's make up some time. And so got to transition and took a little bit slower than I'd liked. I wanted to do about 5 minutes, and I ended up doing about 10 minutes at that first transition. And I was like, okay, it's okay. I needed that time just to recompose myself and steady myself and dry off. And so I got on the bike and I was like, okay, you love biking, let's do it. And so my goal time there was going to be about 3.5 hours. And so got on the bike and pedal to the metal. We get on the highway and it's really cool. I never thought I would ever do it, but you bike up the exit ramp for the highway, and it was honestly so fun. It was really hard. Those things are steep. I didn't know how steep they were, but it was so steep, and ended up, unfortunately, every like 5 minutes from there on out, my calf, my entire leg would have a Charlie horse radiating all the way up to my thigh, almost to my hip. And I knew something was wrong, but I was like, it's okay. We're here. Scrap the goal times. Scrap them. Just do it. Just finish this race. You put your heart into this training for the last 8 months. So let's just finish. And so I calmed myself down from the realization that I wasn't going to finish in the time that I wanted, but I was like, okay, you just got to do it. Just soak in the moment, soak in the memory, and do it. And so nothing was going to stop me at that point. I was like, all right, we're here. Oh, we're going to do it. And so, but at mile like 13 or 14 of the bike, I ended up realizing that it was not going to work in my favor, but I wanted to put everything that I had out there. I wanted to empty the tank. I was committed to this goal. And so I was like, all right, we're just going to bike as fast as we possibly can, which was really slow at that point. I was going like 8 miles an hour when my goal was to go 20 to 25 miles an hour. And so I was like, it's okay. Just soak in the experience and do it. I got to mile 47 of the bike, which was about 6 hours into biking for me, which again, I wanted to be done with the entire race in 6 hours, and got there. It was the last aid station. Along the way, I stopped at every aid station, gotten all of the electrolytes and sodium and pickle juice shots and mustard shots and all of the things that I could to try to replenish my electrolytes. But no matter how much I was replenishing, it was never going to work because my body wasn't cramping because of lack of nutrition. It was cramping because of the injury. But I thought if I could logically put as much in my body as I could, that I would get the most out of it. And unfortunately, by mile 47 of the bike, I only had 9 miles left of the bike. I just knew that it was time to tap out. And so they will pull you off the course if you're too slow at anything. And I knew that I was getting close there, but I didn't know how close I was. And so I stopped and asked them how close I was. And they said I could go through, that they would let me keep going, that I wasn't too slow. But realistically, at the pace that I was going for the run, they were concerned that I wasn't going to make it through the run. And at that point, I knew that it was just time to tap out. And so the thought of honestly doing another 9 miles of a bike and then another 13.1 running just sounded so excruciatingly painful at that point. And so I ended up tapping out. So what they do there is they call a rescue truck to come get you. So since I had my bike and all of that gear, a truck came and picked me up. We actually picked up a couple of other athletes along the way. One guy was also injured, and then 2 others just couldn't make it. They weren't physically or mentally there enough to be able to make it through. And so we picked up a couple along the way and drove back towards the end of the bike course. So that's where they drop you off at. And so I was able to get my bike bag and my morning bag there, and then someone went and got the rest of my stuff from the end of the course. And so called my parents and they came and got me, and that was that. Like I said, it was an incredible experience overall. I cannot wait to do it again. So let's jump into where I've been and what I've been doing and where I'm going. So I ended up, after that, I took a week to rest. I went to the doctor the Monday after, so race was Saturday. On Monday, I went to a sports med doc, and I went because my entire leg, like I said, I'll insert some pictures, was black and blue. It hurt to even just walk. My skin hurt to touch, and it was still cramping all throughout that night. And so I went on Monday morning to a sports med doc, and I pulled up my pant leg, and they took one look at it, and he was like, "They got you good." I was like, "They did." And so basically he told me that what had happened was right where I got hit, I just got hit at the exact right place, is where all of your ligaments and tendons connect to your leg. And because of that, my quad and hamstring actually were so mad that they got impacted that they basically just stopped working. They were like, "We're done. We are hurt and we don't want to do anything." And so basically what happened there was that left my poor little calf to do all of the biking and swimming. And so my leg just wasn't working properly through that race. And so the doctor told me, he was like, "You should have pulled out way sooner than you did." And I was like, right, I probably should have, but tell me that in the moment. Nothing was going to stop me in that moment. And so he's like, right, I know. And so basically, what had happened was my quad and hamstring stopped working, which put all of the pressure on my calf, and your calf is not made to carry you through a bike. And so he told me to rest for 2 full weeks, no running, no lower body strength training, no swimming. And so I ended up just doing some light, like walking and upper body strength and abs for that 2 weeks. But honestly, it was so mentally tough. It was challenging. It was sad. I went through a mourning process of what that race could have been, what I wanted it to be. But it was okay. Picked myself back up after that first week, and I was like, nope, we're working out. We are getting back on our routine. So that's when I started doing, like I said, the upper body days and the core conditioning days and just some walks outside. And yeah, that process was tough. It was mentally, like I said, I was just in such a dark place, honestly, for that first week. But by the time I got to Friday of that week, I was like, nope, we are picking ourselves up. We are stronger than this, mentally and physically. And so that Friday I woke up and just decided to go for it. And so what I did was I signed up for the Austin Marathon, which is February 15th, 2026. I always had it in the back of my mind that I would probably do that race. I wanted a goal at the beginning of the year. But that is what pushed me to do it. And so I'm officially registered for the Austin Marathon, February 15th, 2026. And I could not be more excited. We are just about 70 days out from that race. 73 days right now. And I am so excited. I've been running. So after week 2 of injury, rehab, I started to run again, and I could have not been more happy. I felt so much like myself. Who would have thought that I would love running as much as I do, but I do. And so, I'm just so excited to get to run and challenge myself and enter 2026, which is also year 26. I'm turning 26. Okay, I got cut off. So, I was talking about Austin Marathon and entering year 26. Just so excited, so refreshed, and so energized, so motivated and inspired. So Austin Marathon coming at you soon. And then I will be doing Ironman 70.3 Wilmington for redemption. We are coming back. It is October 17th, 2026. And so I'm not officially registered yet, but as soon as registrations open up for that race, I will register. And I'm just so excited to have a little bit of redemption. I would love to also probably do another Ironman, maybe a little bit even sooner than that. And so I am looking at some dates in like July time, just planning with family. I know we have a couple of family trips coming up, and so just want to make sure between the family and work that that time frame works best for me. But I would love to do something over summer, and then of course do Ironman Wilmington October of 2026 for redemption. And so excited for all the things to come up. I will start vlogging again. I loved it. It was just such a fun little creative outlet for me. And so just to share my life with you guys, share some updates. I know now I am moved away from Ohio, now that I'm in North Carolina full time. My family lives all over the country, friends live all over the country. And so just so fun to keep up with you guys this way. And for myself, just to document my journey, document my progress, my weight loss, my muscle gain, my goals, my health goals, just my overall life. Just love vlogging it. And so I will keep you updated as we go. But for now, I love you all. Thank you so much for coming along this journey with me. I could not be more grateful for all of the support leading up to Ironman Wilmington and just since then. So I love you, and I will see you in the next video.